great things about the Promethean board is the third row. Now, if you don't see this third row on your toolbar, you can go into the settings to change that. So you would go to your File, and you'd choose Settings. When it comes up, you're actually going to want to go to the Layout tab. And under Layout, what you're looking for is where it says Rolled In. If you don't see the third row, it's because it's rolled in, you've checked it. So notice I don't have the third row available. But if I uncheck it, there it is. And what it allows me to do is populate some of my more popular resources. Hit Done. So what I have here is a couple of XY axes. And what I'd like to do is to be able to use them multiple times. One of the great advantages here is how cheap this is versus buying those large Post-it notes of graph paper. So I'm able to use this over and over again. Now notice that I have one size rather large here on the page and one size small in the upper left-hand corner. So I'm going to switch here to the arrow select tool, and I'm going to take and select the large graph paper, and I'm going to drag it over to the third row. Now notice as I get over here that it switches to a plus sign as I approach the third row. So once it's there, I'm just going to go ahead and let go. Now the XY axis went back to where it was, but now it's a resource in my third row. However, sometimes I just want a smaller XY axis, so I'm going to tap on that. I'm going to drag the resource over to the third row. And when I see the plus sign, I can just let go, and it's going to give me that second resource. So when I go to a new page, and I have a blank page, and I'm like, oh, I need some graph paper, I can simply tap on the resource, and my XY axis comes out. If I tap on my other resource, I notice I get the larger one. Again, on a blank page, I'm just able to just tap and have the resource that I need. So one suggestion is to create a different toolbar for every unit that you're doing. If your unit's doing a lot of graphing, you're going to want quick access to an XY axis. If you're teaching biology and it's a mitosis lesson, you'll probably want graphic images of cells at different stages of the cell biology. But not only am I able to add into the third row different resources such as these graphics, I can add almost anything. So if I were to draw a number line, and it would be something that I might use multiple times, and I can actually drag the text onto the third row and have that available for me to use as many times as I want in future lessons. So creating my lesson templates resources over here in the third row gives me quick access, so I'm not spending time during class looking for resources. I have them at my fingertips.